Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'll be setting up my November planner pages. I'll be using these Autumn Bunnies stickers from Hubman and Chubgirl. My channel name is Little Lagomorph, so obviously I love the bunnies. My cat Fig chewed the corner of these sticker sheets, but luckily no stickers were harmed. I'll also be using some Derwent Inktense watercolor pencils and Papermate flares in coordinating colors. Starting with the first full weekly spread of November, I'm using a Derwent Inktense watercolor pencil in number 210 cadmium yellow. I'm drawing leaves similar to the ones on the sticker sheets. Each spread will have 8 leaves, which will be the functional planner boxes, one for each day of the week and one for notes. I'm using pencil number 1740 Saddle Brown to draw a thick outline and stem on each leaf. I wanted a color that is dark enough to contrast with the leaf color, but not too dark that it would interfere with the planning space. For the next set of leaves, I'm using number 250 cadmium orange and the same saddle brown for the outline and stems on all of the leaves. For this setup, I'll be using a Tombow colorless blender marker N00 to activate the watercolor pencil. I use a water-based blender marker instead of a brush and water, so the pages don't become too wrinkled. Once the Inktense watercolor pencils are activated and dry, the pigment is permanent. For the last set of leaves, I'm using number 260 burnt orange. When I use watercolor pencils, I generally start with the lightest color and then move progressively to darker colors. I tried to vary the size, style, and orientation of the leaves to give them a random and natural look. Each of the weekly spreads for November will have the same general layout, so I will only show you the full setup for this weekly spread. Flipping back one spread, the first day of November will be on the same spread as the last 6 days of October, because I like to have all 7 days of a week on one spread. Having the end of one month on the same spread as the start of the next month means I usually don't have space for a monthly title page. I also like to fit a whole year in one notebook, so I don't have many pages to spare. The last day of November is a Sunday, so this last spread will only have one box for now. Eventually, the first 6 days of December will go on this spread. Once I have all the leaves colored in, I'm taking the brown Papermate flare to write in the November headers in cursive at the top of each spread. As far as planner pages go, I don't create monthly calendar spreads because I don't use them. I only create weekly spreads. Now I'm going to start placing the stickers. I'm mostly placing them kind of randomly along the margins next to the leaves. I purposely leave a lot of space blank on my weekly spreads. That is what I call my flex space. I usually use that space for journaling and memory keeping, but I could use it for habit trackers or whatever I happen to need for that specific week. If I don't have a lot going on a particular week, I could just add more decoration in that space. By the end of the month, all of these pages will be completely full. With the decorations done, I'm using the same brown Papermate Flair to write in the headers in each box. That's it for the weekly spreads. Now I will flip to the front of the journal where I have set aside pages for my health trackers. I use two 2-page spreads for each monthly health tracker. I'm trimming off the edge of the center page with a craft knife to create a Dutch door, protecting the pages underneath with a cutting mat. Then I'm rounding the corners with a corner punch. I'm turning the notebook sideways so I can add the header along the right margin using the brown Papermate Flair. I don't decorate my health tracker spreads, but I still like to have them coordinate with the theme of the month. Then I'll write the numbers and first letter of each day vertically down the left margin. The Dutch door allows the header and days of the month to be visible from any part of the spread. Along the top, I'm using the same brown Papermate Flair to create brackets where I will list the things I want to track. This is when I realize each of these lines should have been one space to the right. Instead of trying to cover and redraw each line, I decided to turn them into one solid line. The top of each bracket is angled 2 dots to the right of the base to give me a little bit more space to write. Each column is 2 dot grid spaces wide, except the last one, which is 3 dot grid spaces wide, where I track the low and high temperature for each day. The other columns will be used to track things like my sleep quality, what time I took my meds, my pain level, and things like that. I'm using kind of a burnt orange Papermate Flair. I drew a line between the days and the space I will use to enter the data I'll be tracking, and to draw a line between Saturday and Sunday to create a visual separation between the weeks. Then, because of my previous mistake, I decided to draw vertical lines between each column. I have thought about trying this before, but was afraid it would end up looking too busy. We'll see how it goes this month. Maybe this will become a permanent change. Flipping the page, I'm using the brown Papermate Flair to create a column on the left to log exercise and activity. The next column is where I list my AM, evening, and late meds, and the whole right page is for notes. The notes section is where I can write anything that doesn't fit anywhere else. I will also draw a horizontal line between Saturday and Sunday under the exercise activity column, and also a vertical line at the end of the column to coordinate with the previous page. I'm writing the titles for each section with an orange Papermate Flair. If you're interested in knowing more about how I use my health tracker spreads, I have a video I will link in the description box. Flipping back to the first page of this tracker, I will fill in the first few headers so you can get an idea of how it will look. I will fill the rest of the headers in at the beginning of November because I will sometimes adjust the things I want to track from month to month. Then every day I will fill in the data for each column. With that done, we are ready for the final flip through. Starting with the first weekly spread, which includes the last 6 days of October and the first day of November, then the first full week of November that we set up together, Each weekly spread has 8 leaf-shaped planner boxes and is decorated with the Autumn Bunnies stickers from Hubman and Chubgirl. The last weekly spread will eventually include the first 6 days of December. Then turning to my November health tracker, all set up and ready to get filled out. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.